Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Happy May. I can't believe it's 5 months into 2021 already. It's just going by so fast. It's insane. So, this month, the theme for May is going to be, and you all know I love my puns. So, the theme is going to be maybe you want to get a little bit more active. So, joining me today is Olivia Parvin with Anytime Fitness. Hello, Olivia.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. So we'll be talking a little bit about, getting active, staying active if you are active, all of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, I'm going to give Olivia a couple minutes to introduce yourself. Olivia, you have to tell us who you are, what you do, and then you also have to answer my favorite question, which is you have to tell us something not a lot of people know about you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so my name is Olivia. I'm a personal trainer of about 2 years now. I do personal training in person and online. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology and went into the field for a little while, for like a year, and I wanted to become a therapist or something like that. I just didn't feel like I fit in. I was trying really hard, hopped around to a couple different jobs, but was like, man, like this is not for me for some reason. So I got bored and started studying personal training just because I had gained like 60 pounds at a desk job. And so I just wanted to learn how to really write my own workout. And then the more I studied it, the more I was like, this is awesome. I could do this. So I quit my job without a plan. I did give my 2 weeks. I quit my job without a plan, applied to all the personal training jobs I could, and got a couple. And it's been so fun since then. Being a trainer is a blast, and I really feel like it's where I belong. And then the thing that people don't know about me, I'm very into the paranormal. So like I'm a hoe for like ghost adventures. I will watch it every Friday night when it comes out. I love like ghost walking tours and like Denver and things like that. I want to visit the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. So that is one thing that people don't know that about me because nobody really wants to talk about it. But if you do, hit me up. We can chat about ghosts and things.
That's fantastic. I love that. So, as you probably know about me, I am not exactly the most, active guy in the world. I like sitting behind my computer and playing my video games. So, what would you say to somebody like me who wants to get a little bit more motivated, but just doesn't quite know the correct steps? What would you say?
Short answer: get a trainer. Um, Even if it's just like, like a weekly accountability thing where they're not even giving you workouts, they're just making suggestions or whatever. Or it could be, hey, I need 5 workouts a week. Just sitting down with someone who isn't you, a third party, to be like, I don't even know where to go from here, because it's a big wide world of possible things to do to stay active. But it really starts with like, why do you want to be active? Yeah. Why do you want to be active? And then what do you like to do when you move your body? Because at some point you have done something that you've enjoyed doing and it's considered exercise. So if that's hiking or going on a walk or going on a run, or if it's the gym or if it's not, it doesn't matter. Start with that and go from there. So BK, if you like to jump rope, I would start with that and then build from there. And again, get a trainer, even if it's just for a little while, because it really sucks to start something and you don't really know what you're doing and you don't feel like you're being efficient. Like I have a lot of people come into the gym and they're like, oh no, like I want to try it myself for a while. Like I want to see if I can really do this, which I love that mindset. But they come in, they hop on the treadmill for 30 minutes, they go home, and then I don't see them after like 3 weeks of activity because they're like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So even if it's just for a little while, my short answer is get a trainer.
Okay. All right. So, how does somebody pick the trainer that's right for them? Like, what's your brand? What kind of separates you from other trainers?
That's a really good question. When it comes to finding a trainer, just anyone in your circle is like works, for, like as long as they have good references. If you know somebody who's like, oh yeah, like I know Olivia down the street, start with them, because if they have good references and people that have worked with them, then they're probably a solid trainer. And then my brand personally, I'm more of a holistic sort of body positive, body neutral type of trainer. So I kind of come at it from a really balanced, whole view sort of perspective, where I'm not the trainer that's going to be like, well, just do it, just get into the gym. Like, we're going to do 10 sets of 10 of, this, and then go home and suck it up. And, I want to know, like, how are you feeling when you come in? Are you feeling tired? Why? I've had people cry in my office instead of training with me. They'll come in and they'll just start. And I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing today, or this is what we're going to spend a good chunk of time doing today, because at the end of the day, like, the workout isn't the the main goal. It's your mental and physical health. So as far as trainers go, and I think this is kind of the way that the industry is going, especially as women step into it, because it's a very male-dominated industry, the fitness industry. As women step into it, we're saying, like, no, like, you don't need to break your back to, achieve this sort of figure that's put on a pedestal, like on the magazines and Fitspo, hashtag Fitspiration on Instagram. As women step into the industry, we're kind of changing it a little bit to be like, is your workout serving you, or are you serving your workout? And that's kind of where I take it. That was a really long-winded way of getting there, but yeah, so that's my brand. If you're into that, if you're looking for something more sustainable and long term, I'll sit down with you and say, hey, it's gonna be a bit. You're gonna have to put in the work, but I'm not the trainer to just throw workouts at you and throw meal plans of chicken and rice and broccoli 3 times a day, and then ask you why you're not seeing results.
I love it. I love what Stacey just said too. Sounds like your approach is therapy via physical fitness. You're using your degree.
Yes, that is correct. I said that. Yeah, that I would say. Yeah, I do use my degree every day, which is why I love it. So.
That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so what would you say are some of the pitfalls that you run into when doing your training?
Define pitfalls.
Some of the areas that, as you're going through, coaching somebody, you're seeing people not, it can be something as easy as, they're bending their back when they lift the weights, or something like that. Just what are some of the common issues that you see when you're doing your thing?
Oh, like in terms of form?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not keeping your core tight. All my clients know, like, they are like, drinking game. Every time Olivia says, keep your core tight, take a shot of whatever. Keep your core tight. Everything you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing in the gym. It doesn't have to be a core exercise. Is your core tight? Why not? If it's not, you're going to get back issues. Any sort of hip dominant exercise where you are like deadlifting, bending over to get something, picking it up, keep your knees bent. Mostly just keep your core tight. And yeah, just keep your core tight. And then outside, I do want to mention, like, outside of the gym, like, nutrition is 90% of it. So if you're coming in and seeing me 5 times a week, but you're not doing anything for yourself in the kitchen, forget it. We're both wasting our time. So if you're coming in hungover on a Saturday, I don't want to hear it.
I love it. No, that answered that question perfectly. Okay, just cool. Kind of tying both things in together. So another just kind of random question that popped up in the chat was, what would you say makes Anytime Fitness unique? Why would someone come to you at Anytime Fitness? What distinguishes them, you think?
Anytime Fitness is a brand. They're a good brand, a good gym, a good company. They care more, kind of like I do, about the person than they do about the membership number or the revenue or anything like that. Like, when you walk into the gym, you're not a number. Like at some of these big box gyms, and I will not throw down names, but you know them. They're the ones that are $20 a month, $10 a month. They don't really care about you. They're point is like, let's just get as many people sold as possible. And they actually have staff there that are specifically for selling. Anytime Fitness just has personal trainers. Like, that's it. Like, I clean the toilets every night, and then I create 12-month plans for my clients and everything in between. Because, you know, when you come in, like, we care. Like, I can be like, hey, Bob, how are the kids? How was the vacation? How's that little spot on the back of your knee? You know, stuff like that. Like, I know everything about, like, every client in there. Like, we've probably at some point sat down and had a conversation and built a relationship. And it'll surprise me, like, people in the gym who know who I am, like, hey, Olivia, and I'm like, have I met this person? But you as a trainer there, you're an important part of the culture, and then they turn around and say, like, our members are an important part of the culture, instead of just, okay, we have like 10 squat racks and a million treadmills, let's get as many people in here as we possibly can and as many memberships as we can. Anytime Fitness is more of like just person-centered, which I love.
Yeah. I think that's fantastic, because I'm very picky and choosy about the people that I bring onto these lives. I want to make sure that they're people that are going to, you know, have good information, but also represent my brand. And my brand is very much the person relationship building, not just the turn and burn. And I love that, you know, you and your company kind of embody that for this as well. So I think that's fantastic. I would just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, because obviously it's working and it's fantastic.
Thanks, BK. I love that.
Absolutely. So anything else that any other quick little tips or tricks that you can throw out? I know I'm putting you on the spot. This wasn't one of the questions I emailed you, but any other tips or tricks or quick little one-hit ideas that you can throw out?
Yeah. Find your why. So one of the things, I want to talk about. If you've never heard that before, which you probably have, it's in like it's here and there. Find your why. What is it? That just means, like, what's your motivation for working out? Which, if you can find that, then it'll carry you past having motivation. So, like, when I'm sitting down with a client and trying to figure out why the heck they're in my office in the first place, because it's not to lose weight. It's not to gain muscle. It's probably because they're 35 and they feel like their life is slipping away from them because they've never been fit, and they just had, like, their kid turned 3 years old, and for some reason now they can't keep up with their kid, and they're feeling like out of breath just trying to walk down the sidewalk, and they're realizing, oh shoot, my kid's going to grow up without a fit father, or I'm going to miss out on time with my kid. And so that is more of kind of what we should be diving into with ourselves is, you know, it's easy enough to say, just do it, or like to get on Instagram and see someone with a 6-pack and be like, oh, I want that too. But, like, you don't actually want a 6-pack. You want to prove to yourself that you can do it, or you want to keep yourself from getting diabetes because it runs in your family, or you want to be a good example to your son who is 13 and obese for some reason, you know? So if you can sit down with yourself and just keep digging and going past those walls to figure out your why on not only fitness, but nutrition and a healthy lifestyle in general, then you'll be fine.
Awesome. Well, if folks were interested in signing up with you or learning a little bit more about you, I know it's been scrolling at the bottom of the screen, but for the audio listeners, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at o.livia.fit. You can email me at olivia.r.parvin, that's PARVIN @gmail.com, or you can just message me on Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, BK. This is a lot of fun. And thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Appreciate you guys.
You bet. And like I said at the beginning of this, guys, the May theme is going to be all about fitness. So I've got some really awesome people lined up for them. I want to make sure that they have time in their schedule, so I'm not going to quite tell you who they are yet. But there should be some really, really awesome people coming down the pike for that. And as always, you know, rates are great right now. If you know anybody who's looking to purchase or refinance, send them my way. I'm happy to help them. As Olivia said, we're all about the relationship, not just the turn and burn. We're all about from being payment one to payment done. June's idea, I think, is going to be VA focused. So we're going to be interviewing veteran services. So I'm working on prepping that. So if you know anybody that would be a good resource for me for, veteran services, whether they specialize in insurance or home inspections or anything like that, if you know anybody that would be a good resource for a veteran, please let me know. I'll start working on the docket for June with that as well. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week, and I will see you next week.